before he ended up facing charges.
Posts videos of himself to YouTube.
What up, Brad? Braz, what is going on, Braz? Did y'all hear the news? I'm sure you did. We're on the 36 because everybody keeps DMing me. Are you okay, Gingerbread? I saw your bike on the news. And the Braz, I don't go to group rides, Braz. Unless it's like a bunch of, a bunch of the boys I know. But oh, what if my thing's hung up? Help me. What's my headset? It's pulling on something. Help! Alright, I got it. I think. Anyway, we're gonna go check out this spot where this accident happened. And yes, Braz, I'm fine, Braz. Thank you for all your DMs. Just because it looks like my bike doesn't mean it's me. And if you'd pay attention to my story, you can see I've posted since that all went down. Look at this private, quiet parking lot. Look at this. Hold on now. Anyway, Brad, so there's, I believe, the Facebook group. Jared will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Redline Riders. That's a local Facebook group. They had a little meet the other day before this rain hit. And, yeah, there was a meet, right? You just meet up and ride, right? And when all this broke out, I thought for sure speed would be... Oh! He's coming for me, Brez! We will retaliate! We'll fight back! Go away! You stinking goose! You see that, Brez? He's trying to do a flyby on me. He's trying to kill me. You want some? Come and get it! He's over there talking shit. I see him. He's talking shit! I see his mouth open. What you want, bro? Hey, what you want? Look, I got off the bike. We can duke it out like men. Yeah, pull up. Come on. What do you want, huh? That's what I thought. You bitch. Anyway, before I got rudely interrupted by a freaking Canadian. Anyway, we're gonna go check out the spot though. We got some footage from people. Jared's gonna try to tag them. I apologize ahead of time if we somehow have your footage and you didn't get tagged. But let's just run the news segment, Jared, real quick.
I-35W is back open tonight after a chain reaction crash injured 17 people Friday night. Pictures from the Fort Worth Fire Department show the aftermath, with bikes on fire and riders in need of help. One rider at the front of the group blew a tire, and because the bikes were all in such close distance, more than a dozen others went down too. At least 4 people had critical injuries.
Oh! You know, Brez, I don't even know if there was a news segment, but there was a story at least, and Jared posted the screenshot of the story. But these guys get together for this group ride, right? And then they go hit the filthy streets. And it's all, I could be mistaken because Jared actually said he thinks it was the other way, but I'm pretty sure they met down Chonder, like at the Buc-ee's area, right, Texas Speedway, and they got on the tollway and started whizzing down the tollway. Now, crazy enough to cause the 15, or was it 17? No, it was 15 motorcycle pileup, Brez. 15 bikes hit the ground. That's crazy. Like, what on earth could possibly happen? Like, they had to be going mock Jesus. They had to be doing something crazy, right? Because, and the 15, then there were 17 injured, 14 went to the hospital, emergency rooms. I mean, we're talking bones coming out of legs and all kinds of stuff, so keep all those guys in your prayers and check on your peoples. Make sure, everybody's doing the appropriate thing to help their friends. Bikes were on fire. Jared, show the footage. Show some footage.
My bike is...
Like, it looks insane. It looks like, they must have been all doing mock Jesus and then somebody crashed or hit somebody or something, you know, and then, but no, apparently what happened was somebody lost their front tire. Their front tire blew out, and they dumped the bike, and then it caused just a chain reaction of bikes hitting bikes, and then people just flying off everywhere. Like, I would have never thunk it, Brahs. I would have never thunk that would happen. Now, I know if you lose your front tire, you're in trouble, right? I mean, it's really hard to, like, if you're going highway speed, you know, maybe slow is not a big deal, but highway speed, kind of a big deal if you lose your front tire. Back tire, not so much. I've lost the back tire. Jared's going to show a screen grab. I was doing I was top down. I was doing 180 something on this R1, Riley's R1, and yeah, that back tire went boom. I heard it blow up, and the bike just started like drifting on the highway, and I worked my way all the way over to the edge of the highway and stopped. Didn't crash or nothing, right? But you know, but that's a back tire. But if you use the front tire, that same wobbling motion that I always have when I was fishtailing will do it to the front, right? And you're more than likely going to hook your rim and then whoop, right? Which I'm assuming is what happened. We don't really know. It's not like I've talked to that particular person, or even if they, you know, really knew what happened themselves. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Believe it or not, Brahs, I'm kind of a hermit. I kind of keep to myself. I got my few peeps, and I'm more so in the stunt scene than any other scene. And yeah, so the Red Line Riders and that whole group, and anybody that was there, I don't know them. I don't know any of them. You know, off the top of my head, I don't think I know. So anyway, I'm just going off of what I saw on the news and like any little stuff we gathered from people that were there. Jared will correct me if I said anything wrong from somebody that was there, because that's some of the footage I just showed y'all. But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if it was like rider skill issue with that, or was it just visibility, or what it was, but it was just around enough conditions that nobody could see or react quick enough, and that's just how you ended up with all these bikes piling up on. Good dog.
There's gas running.
And they were on fire. I mean, you saw the videos. They were on fire. Oh wait, there it is. Ah! And the great part is, I know it sounds weird saying that, but the great part is nobody died. Everybody made it out of this alive. I think there's one that's still in like a pretty bad shape, but for the most part, the 14 people that got in, I only think one was like super seriously hurt. You know, like life-threatening hurt. Like everybody else just snapped bones and body parts and stuff. All right, hold on. I gotta turn this little dude around so we can go take a little gander. Anyway, Jared, show the fire. See, there's the fire right there. Fire right there. One of the clips, there's a ZX-10 coming right here, and you can kind of see where it all was. But man, look at this mess of just freaking stuff. I mean, you can tell there are bikes and stuff everywhere right here. Old splatter there. So at least 2 bikes here, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going off of old splatters. 6, 7, somewhere in here. Just maybe another one right here. Just crazy. Somebody's mirror they left. If you want your mirror back, Bray, if you're in this accident, it's right there, safe and sound for you. That probably went on the front of the bike somewhere. Probably a tip sensor. Anyway, normally when I make a video talking about a certain situation where that's a bike bolt, where there's some kind of crash involving motorcycles, normally I have some kind of advice to give on the situation, how not to have it happen. Foot peg, radiator cap. Dang. Carnage. But in this case, I don't have anything. They were not speeding and not doing anything crazy as far as I could see. It was literally just like the most unfortunate of events. I had to walk back towards the bike because that cop was coming. I didn't want to risk it, boys. We're always watching, boys. You always keep your head on swivel. But I want to see if there's some more debris. Headlight. I got a back piece of the headlight. Anyway, I guess a bike was here. I wonder why they spray paint the little circles. Bike. Yeah. Spray paint circles for the bikes, I think. Has to be. Yeah, so 1, 2. We'll count them. Thank goodness nobody died, you know, because and one of the reasons I think nobody died is because they weren't actually going all that fast. They were going highway speeds. They were going 75, 80 in here, which everybody does. So, you know, thank goodness for that. because that saved them, you know. Because if they were doing like normal speeds, like imagine if this biker that lost his front tire was doing 120, 30 miles an hour, and then they're all doing 120, 30 miles an hour behind him right down this bit. Imagine how that would have went. As soon as his front tire went, oh my gosh, it could have been so much worse. So I'm just thankful that nobody died in this situation. They're lucky. They're super, super lucky that would happen. Now, were they at some point probably going that fast? Most likely. It's a biker ride, you know. But at that moment, they weren't. At that moment, they were going the speed limit. So thank goodness. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I hate revving. So yeah, I mean, it's just a unfortunate circumstance that turned out better than what it could have. So the only thing I can really gather from this, in order to prevent something like this from happening, which I don't know what front tire was on that bike, right? I don't know the condition, I don't know how old, I don't know what brand, I don't know nothing. But look at that killer, young killer going to the lot. See, he's right there, that boy's got potential. He's going to the lot to practice. Look at him pulling up in there, and his boy following him. They're like, yeah, we fit to put in that work. And stop me. Oh, look at the stinger pipe. Oh, it looks sick. Anyway, so I'm just assuming, right? But I'm gonna assume it was a cheap tire that was probably on its last leg, right? And that could have been a nice tire that, you know, was on its last leg. Or it could have been just a nice tire and something in the road made it slice open and blow up, right? Look at that dog. Oh, I did so sweet. Oh, he's so cute. I bet that dog. So just pretend maybe it was a bad tire, but tire maintenance plans is very important. Like, we're on these rockets that go really, really fast, right? So you should not be buying Shinkos or, you know, whatever cheap brand. I don't even know, because I don't buy cheap brands. I got Michelins. I got Michelin Pilot Powers and whatever. You know, it's a minimum. It's $130, $40 front tire. If you're getting your front tires or for $100, or you're getting pull-offs that are wore out, like, you're risking it, because you don't know how much life or how good the dang, that minivan hit the guardrail. You don't know how good that tire is going to be. If you buy a like I got, which I'll show you, we're going to stop. Hold on. Oh, she's so nasty. Anyway, if you want to spend a little bit of money and keep your life safe, you get one of these bad boys right here. What is this? What is this thing? Michelin, right? And it's a Power 6. Okay? It's a nice tire. They're brand new. Michelin just now started making these Pilot 6s. The rear Pilot 6. But the rear doesn't even matter, really. Because like I said, I've blown out a rear at high speed, and it'll drift a little, but if you just keep your weight on the front, you can go somewhat the direction you need to go. But the front, guys, if you lose the front, you're screwed. So like on the stunt bikes, like my Supermoto, for instance, it's got a GPR 300 on the back, just a little trash tire, right? But it has a 2CT Michelin on the front. 2CT is the hard in the center, soft on the side tire, right? It's a nicer tire. My stunt bike will be the same thing. All my bikes, like either they're set up with equally matched tires, or it's a cheap tire on the back, expensive one on the front. But the front is so important. Always have a nice tire on the front. I don't care if you ain't got enough money to get a set of like Power 6s. Just get a nice front and then get a cheap back. You know, anything if you're blasting down the highway, you know, anything other than having a cheap front, because, man, it just, you don't want to lose the front, which, you know, this guy might not have a cheap front. It might be a totally different scenario, but I do know and have heard of people losing their front tire, and it's because it's a garbage tire. Oh, they're coming! Jet, zoom in on them! They're looking for someone! Zoom out! Zoom back in! Zoom out again! Zoom! Oh, he's running! Okay, maybe he's not running. Tase him! I don't know what he's doing. They're not going that fast. They just got the lights on. Anyway, guys, so shout out to all those riders that crashed. Thank goodness none of y'all died. I hope y'all have speedy recoveries and all that jazz and have insurance, because that stuff's expensive. And I'm sorry about all y'all's bikes. A lot of y'all's bikes are screwed. Besides that orange 636. I don't want any orange 636s around here other than mine. I'm just kidding, Bray. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your orange bike. Hopefully you'll get it fixed. OEM, back to new. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's really all I have to say about all that. Just, man, just keep up with the very important maintenance, like your front tire. I'd almost want to wager that the front tire is the most important. I don't think there's anything more important than your front tire on a bike. At least if you're going fast. If you're going slow, if you're just a stunt rider or something, maybe it's not a big deal. But if you're trying to be a fast boy on a fast boy bike, you gotta have a nice front tire. Like, there's no getting around it. The S1000 right now, it's kind of got tires, right? But the front tire is still nicer than the back tire. So I'm confident in blasting, right? I know that tire's not just gonna explode, but the little crappy GPR in the back might. But it hasn't. But you know what I mean. Let's just always get a nicer front tire. Oh, and yeah, that's really it, Brez. That's really all I had, Brez. All I can think about. Shout out, like I said, shout out to all those riders. And yeah, just be safe, guys. It's riding season, baby. The meets and the group rides are gonna be here, and you never know whose front tire is gonna blow out in front of you. You know, you got to be ready. Be ready to dodge. Be ready to stop. Whatever you got to do to keep yourself safe. All right, love y'all. Later. The Dirty Six is gonna say bye. That means bye.
YouTube page continues to post videos of himself speeding